Hey, how you doing? I just wanted to take a few minutes to respond to some videos. One was done by Kazoom Fowler on The Breakfast Club, where he asked how people felt about Facebook, and then I watched, Got That Funk with his response, Facebook is insidious, and I'm watching these videos, it's like, man, I really want to respond to all this, because actually I have some interesting thoughts about these. At least I think they're interesting to me at any rate. Actually, I I think Facebook for me, it has a deserved place in my life, you know? It shouldn't be the free-for-all I once thought it was. But in many ways, Facebook was my entry into, social media, as it probably is for most people, And I didn't start doing this shit until I was like, 39, you know? So I came into it, late. And I got into Facebook, and I managed to use that to find some old friends that I was really trying to get in touch with. And then some people, from high school, the 20-year high school reunion was coming around, and family members started coming on, and it was using a feature on Facebook where you would go on and start debating people for whatever reason, and it's gone now. You probably guess why. But you can go on this thing and just debate people on topics. And I was debating people on evolution because until then I actually thought everybody accepted evolution because the science was so solid, right? And that's where I met people who denied evolution. And in defending evolution, they were accusing me of being an atheist, something I hadn't actually considered until that point in time. And that's when I actually started looking into it, and that's what actually precipitated a whole deconversion. It really was a radical change in my life, and I owe that to my exposure to the world on Facebook. And it was through that I actually found YouTubers and started watching the YouTube videos and everything. But I owe that to that, and opening up my world into that. But it's morphed since then. I mean, various things have caused me to lock down my personal Facebook page a lot more than what I normally would. I don't friend a lot of people anymore, but I still keep it open. It's still a valuable tool for communicating with those old friends and family. Facebook is where I get actually really pretty personal about a lot of various shit, because there are varying degrees of how public I want shit to be. YouTube is extremely public. Everything on YouTube is public, available to anybody, But Facebook is something where these days you have to actually know me to a certain extent, either through extensive contact online or we've actually met, I mean, there are people on Facebook who wouldn't fit that criteria now, but they're grandfathered in. But Facebook is still useful, and yes, they are tracking you. They're tracking everything you're doing, and they're selling information to advertisers. And that would be shocking if it was new. I got this loyalty card for Safeway, and I got a rewards card for Fred Meyer, and I get great deals, I get cash back, I get really cool coupons, and they track everything I buy. You're on camera. If you leave your house, you are on camera 10, 15 times in an hour, no matter where you're going. Cameras watching you. Everybody is tracking you. You're all information. Everything you look online is being tracked to a certain extent, unless you're taking extra steps to be anonymous online, and all of that is compiling this information cloud about you that is being sold to advertisers. Whether you like it or not, you cannot get away from this. You cannot like it, but you can't get away from it, so you might as well just get used to it. Because it's just the opening salvo of where we are going as a society. I mean, we are our information, and it's like because I'm also mentioned in a video about these Google Home stuff and the Cortana and the OK Google and all this shit that we use to communicate, and these things are always listening to you. This is going to be a part of our reality from here on out, man. This is just where we are heading with our technology. As we begin to merge with our technology, you gotta get used to this shit, because there's going to come time, maybe not in our generation, maybe in our grandchildren's generation, those of us who have grandchildren, they are actually going to have this stuff. It is listening to you because it's in you. we are going to mesh with our screens, and this is just, it's the opening salvo, man. Just get used to it. It's creepy as shit, and if you try to pay attention to it, don't. Actually focus on the convenience, because you can't fucking stop it. You know, I mean, whether you like it or not, unless you want to be a total Luddite and, live in a carved out, tree trunk, which actually would be kind of cool at certain times of the year. I'm just saying, if it's a big enough tree trunk. So, Facebook is actually, they're watching all kinds of shit, but it really, if you just relax, it's actually sometimes kind of funny. Especially when people use computers, because I don't log out of anything. So I use the computer during the day, and then my wife comes on and does shit during the evenings and whatnot. Google has no idea what the hell I am. Because they think it's all one person, but one person doing two completely different things. And it just looks weird. Anyways. Yeah, just it popped off the top of my head. Honestly, I do use Facebook for cataloging things that I read on the internet that I find are interesting. I may not necessarily agree with shit that I post on Facebook, for those of you who are friended with me on Facebook. I don't need people to agree with me. I just post shit that I find interesting. I'm reading, I'm like, huh, that's kind of cool. Bang, And I find it useful sometimes for cataloging shit when I'm bookmarking shit for videos. Sometimes I don't want to bookmark it. Sometimes I just share it on Facebook because it's interesting, but I can come back around for source material for videos. Sometimes I find source material on Facebook for videos, and I will troll Facebook for that too. Some of the pages. Not people's personal threads, but I'll go over to pages and shit, and I'll find shit sometimes there, just because you got to get inspiration somewhere, And G+, I don't use a lot, because G+ is just so, from the perspective angle I'm at, so right-wing, alt-right, fucking white supremacist Muslims must be exterminated, and I just don't enjoy that feed, so I don't go there. Yeah. So there's that shit. Anyways, stuck around. Thank you for your time.